Today, July 7, 2023, and if you can see that there's a baby cat, the bull calf is in there, and her mama is up there eating on the leaves. See, I hope that branch don't fall off. Anyway, I thought I'd get started on this. I'm not going to do much today. What I want to do today, since it's hot, is at least just get the limbs off that fence there so I can turn the fence back on. But right now the calf's hiding in the shade. I'm not going to use my chainsaw right now. I'm going to cut the small ones out with my little saw, my hand saw first. If I need the chainsaw on those bigger branches, then I'll get it out. I just don't want to bother the calf since it looks like he's nice and comfortable in there. Hiding from the sun. Good for him. Anyway, like I said, I want to get started on this today. It's going to take me a few days to get all of this cut, at least cut back to there. Yeah, at least cut back to those yellow poles. Yeah, that's what I need to do. I'm afraid to cut too much there because of the limbs are all hanging on the ground, and when I start cutting them, the rest of that tree is going to drop. So I got to be careful with that. But I got to at least get enough cut off so I can drive up this road again. All right, let me get to work. Yeah, this is where I'm going to start. I'm going to cut it back about a couple feet, 3 feet, maybe 3 feet from the fence, just so I can work easier. I think these branches I'm just going to throw over to here. It's a low spot anyway. The cows walk here, but when they get all the leaves eaten off, then I'll drag them out, probably out to there. Put them over there by that rose bush. But cows might drag them out on their own. But they'll be rubbing on them and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, I ain't gonna worry about that right now. I just want to get something cut today. You can see yeah, this is a hickory. You can see the small hickory nuts. Yeah. You can see the small hickory nuts down there. And here's a good one. Yeah. If I can get my hand on it. Yeah. Yeah. We used to crack these open when we were kids, when they were dried up and fall on the ground. My dad always called them pig nuts because when Dad raised hogs, he had to raise them on a pasture, like a free range, and then the pigs would eat those nuts and crack them open with their teeth. They'd eat them. How they did it, I don't know. They got strong jaws, I guess. Anyway, Dad called them pig nuts, but they're hickory nuts. And we used to eat. There's not much meat in them, or fruit, or whatever you call it, but it's something to do when you're a kid. Nut's a nut, I guess. Oh, I guess I forgot to mention that that's my the calf. That calf there, the bull calf. That's her. That's the mama over here. That's the mama of the calf, so that's why the calf is over here. So she's nibbling on these tree leaves. All the other cows are out there by the road on the other side of that hill. Anyway, right across the creek. But this, I guess, cow was here with her baby. He looks happy. But like I said, I'm going to use this handsaw. It's the kind of handsaw that is for tree limbs, and you pull it. It cuts when you pull it backward. I like these kind for trimming, and it's curved too, which makes it nice. Works pretty good. I got another one with a wooden handle, but some of the bolts came out of the handle, so I got to buy some new ones sometime. Oh boy. I don't know, I cut about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I cut about 7 limbs already. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I cut about 8 limbs. And I'm already tuckered out. Not as young as I used to be, but I can still do something. Just gotta take it slow and easy. No hurry. Besides, it's good for me to get a little exercise. But I just call it work. Had to stop and catch my breath, so and my throat is so dry, I gotta do a drink. Well, the cow came down to the road, pasture road, and calf's still under the tree, and cow's down there now where they're still eating leaves, and I just hope that tree don't fall on her. Anyway, I don't have a fence on this side of the road, just some yellow posts so I don't drive in the ditch. That's all I got here. Yeah. Ditch goes all the way out there, and then the rest goes up to the other gate over there. This fence here, though, is supposed to be on, but since this tree fell on it, I gotta do some work. But anyway, I made a dent into it. Small dent, but I made a dent. I made it a little bit wider than 3 feet, because I figured even if I don't get the other half done right now, which I don't even know if I'll get this side done today, 'cause I'm already wore out and it's hot. Anyway, those bigger limbs I'll have to cut with a chainsaw, some of these too, but I'll cut what I can with the handsaw because I don't want to scare the calf away. He's nice and comfortable in there, so is the cow. She's eating. Everybody's relaxed. And I don't mind cutting a few with a handsaw as long as they're small. But I'll keep working after I get a drink and get a little rest too. Oh, to be young again. I guess everybody says that. I guess I'm just like everybody else. But I'm not getting any younger, so I better get going. What do you want, cow? She come out of her hole. She come out of her hole. Now her calf's coming out too. Come on out, baby. You can make it. There's a clear path there. She can probably get down through the. She can go through the fence now if she wanted to. The fence is on the ground. Oh, here comes the baby. I think that's what Mama came down for. She knew the baby would be thirsty. There you go. Oh, I got a video of it sucking. How about that? Or nursing, we call it nursing. Of course, us old farmers, we call it sucking. Calf sucking. Oh, she's got a nice udder. I didn't realize that before. She got a nice udder. I know some people call her the bag, but I was informed by my classmate and neighbor, dairy farmer. He says it's not called a bag; it's called an udder. So ever since then, I've been, and he's a college graduate, so I figured I better educate myself and call it an udder. But I used to call it a bag too when I was younger, because it looks like a bag. Okay, Cappy, you done sucking already? No, Mama just moved. She wants to get more comfortable. Get in there, boy. There you go. Nurse all 4 of them. Oh, and also they're supposed to call everybody around here calls them. I ain't gonna say the word. Anyway, you're supposed to call it a teat. T-E-A-T, and not the other word. Anyway, that's all I know about this stuff. The cow's a cow and the bull's a bull. I know that much. Okay. I've been raising cows since I was old enough to feed it, I guess. And then later on, I started milking my dad's dairy cow when I got into grade school, when I was old enough to squeeze the teat and get some milk out. And then after we got rid of the dairy cow, my dad retired and he didn't want the dairy cow anymore. I started raising beef cattle. Anyway, that's it, Cal. I don't bother you too much right now. I'm going to take a break and let you and your baby bond a little bit. All the other cattle are out there on the pasture across the creek, near the road. They're eating out there, but Mama cow behind me, she decided to. I guess the calf was hiding underneath the tree, so I guess she decided to just eat there on the tree. Anyway, back to my break. Oh, well, I'm gonna cut a few more in front there. I'm gonna have to break out the chainsaw pretty soon, otherwise I can't get in any farther. Anyway, well, while I was cutting this up, this hickory, I remembered when I was growing up, whenever I cut up a hickory, I would save those limbs. I'd save all the little twigs and everything, and I would cook fires on an open fire outside, cook meat, you know, whatever I had, pork, beef, chicken, whatever I had, I would cook with the hickory wood, bark and all. Oh, it sure made the meat taste good. But that was when I was younger. I grew up on a hog farm, my father's hog farm. So my father, and plus we had dairy, one dairy cow, and we always had that, whatever calf she had, we always had it butchered when it was a year old. So we always had meat to eat. We had plenty of meat. And my mother cooked with lard, from homegrown lard. So as I got older, even though I enjoy meat, I can't eat very much anymore. And I eat mostly fish now. Yeah, fish. And because my cholesterol now, I got cholesterol problems. But anyway, I just remembered that I sure enjoyed cooking with that hickory branches. And there's a lot of hickory here. All the way up if I wanted to, but I'm not going to bother that. It's still attached to the tree up there on top. I don't know if you can see. I can see. Yeah. It's attached up there. Where it broke off, it's still half attached. And I'm afraid it's going to fall down sometime, but as long as it don't fall on the cows. Anyway, I just wanted to go down memory lane. All this hickory wood I'm cutting up. I sure love the smell of hickory. Like I said, my father had a hog farm, so he butchered about 3 hogs every winter in my father's old house that nobody lived in, but it still had a kitchen and everything we needed, stove and all that stuff, so he could had electricity and all that, but it was just an empty house. My father's old house where he grew up, and my father had a house across the road where I grew up, so it was a good life. But like I said, he had 7 kids, so he had to butcher about 3 hogs every year just to keep us fed, plus the beef we get once in a while. We didn't get beef very often. Most of it was pork. And we always raised chickens too, of course. Everybody raises chickens on a farm. But anyway, we didn't raise rabbits for a while. I think for a couple of years my father raised sheep, but nobody likes sheep. And besides, sheep and electric fence don't go together. If a sheep is wet and it gets shocked by a fence, it'll just paralyze it. Anyway, that's what I remember. Anyway, I just wanted to reminisce about my lack of meat now. But I sure love meat. But I also have acid reflux, so I had to stop that. So everything has a price. Meat's good, but I guess I had too much when I was young. Alright. Well, I had to break out the chainsaw. I cut a few, but I had to stop. Because, what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. Okay, I stopped because I have to sharpen the chainsaw, the chain, the cutting, whatever you call it. Chainsaw, yeah, chainsaw. Cut the chain. Because it kept binding up on me. And not because the tree was in a bind, it's because the saw wasn't cutting good. So, I'm going to stop and do that. I cut some of the big limbs out. I still got a few more to cut. Like I said, I'm only going to go about halfway, just enough to walk through, or I still won't be able to drive my truck until I cut it up there to where those yellow poles are. But that's going to be a tricky situation there. I'll get this first half done first, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But I might have to quit pretty soon because I'm getting tired. And I don't want to use a chainsaw when I'm tired. So I'll probably sharpen the saw, cut a few more of these in front here. But that big limb in the back and the one on top, I don't know how I'm going to cut that. I may have to back in my truck. Yeah, I'll have to cut all these branches off enough to get the truck backed in and cut that top one. But that's for another day. I'm just going to sharpen the saw and cut a few more. And then I'll call it a day. There's always tomorrow. Well, that's enough for one day. I'll do some more tomorrow, unless it rains. But I got pretty much done. I sharpened my saw, but too tired to use it. My chainsaw, I mean. And I think I need a new chain. But anyway, that's all I'm going to do for today. I thought I did pretty much. And then I threw it all down in that little branch. It was all rooted up anyway. That's where they used to travel. But I think now their path is up on the high ground. That's where I've seen them walk before. But they still go down through here, but now they can't. Now they'll have to stay up there. They also go way up on top. On the very top, I've seen them go through there too. So they got ways to go up. Anyway, at least I got something done today. That's good enough. I'll try again tomorrow. Well, I'm getting ready to leave. Here's my bridge. And I saw this bull calf sitting here. The rest of the cows are going off in the shade. There's another calf down there, but the rest of them are out there eating. So is this mama. This mama's right there, the dark one with the light brown on top. Anyway, you just stay there, calfie. I'm leaving now. You can relax. Oh, one last shot. One last video before I leave. That's all. Going to the house now. There's always one more, ain't there? There's always one more. Well, it don't cost nothing to make these videos. That's all. What a wonderful world we live in now. We can make videos with our phone. How about that? Well, all the gates are closed. And I'm getting ready to leave. I'm going out that way. I'm going out that way. And at least I got something done today. I'm thinking this cow's going to have a calf soon. He got a big belly. That's that twin heifer that was born with a bull, which everybody tells me would be infertile. And I'm gonna wait until September. If she don't have by September, I'm selling her. I've waited long enough. I don't even know how old she is. But she's a sister to that one there, a younger sister to that white cow here. She's a younger sister to her. I don't know how far back, but at least 2 calves after that white cow, that one was born. So I'm going home. Now that cow, she looks pregnant too, but that's her calf. So she won't have again until next year. So, but she didn't have a calf yet this year, so I'm not sure what she had last year, because I think she had it, but it must have died because I never saw it. But I saw some evidence on her rear end and her udder was big, but the calf must have died. So I'm keeping her for another year just to see if she'll have. If she don't have a calf by September, I'm selling her too. Okay. I got to thin my herd out this fall, because I don't have enough pasture for all of these, and I don't think I got enough hay either. So I got to thin them out. Well, today is July 8th, 2022, and the second day of me cutting up this tree that fell across the road on my pasture road. I just finished trimming some of the upper branches up there to see how much I got to cut with my chainsaw, and how hard it's going to be once I get down to these bottom branches, because this bottom limb, or two or three of these bottom branches are laying on the ground, so I'll cut them last, because I think they're the ones holding the tree up. Because up there, it's not, the tree's still attached to the trunk way up high, so there's a big gap between the tree trunk and the ground down in there. So I'll have to cut the top ones out first. I'm going to work on that one sticking up, that high branch first. I'm going to cut the small branches off. Then somehow I'm going to have to get up there with a chainsaw. I'm not sure if I really want to do that, but we'll see. Maybe I can, once I get these bottom branches cleared out, the ones I just cut off, and cut one of them, cut these branches that are independent and aren't being attached to anything, and aren't on the ground. Maybe I'll be able to back up my truck to that space there, right up against that thing, and then I'll be high enough to use my chainsaw up there. Well, we'll just wait and see. One step at a time. First thing I do is cut that limb there off on the end. I'll cut some of them bottom ones too. Cut all the branches off along the fence on the ground. Get that done first. And the cows are nibbling. They're still nibbling on these leaves. Just a little bit anyway. Okay. And there's the baby. There's the baby with her mama. Oh, with his mama. Keep forgetting that's a him. That's a him. That's a bully. That's a bull calf. Cows looks like they're headed to the creek. That's my guess. Yeah, they went down around the corner already, so they're going down the creek. And this cow with her baby, well, I guess she's just gonna maybe eat a few leaves before she goes down with her baby. She's pretty careful with her baby, make sure that the baby stays with her, and if the calf stops, sometimes she'll stop. Wait for it. Hi, baby. Baby bully. That's it, baby bully. Good looking bull calf. think he got a little yellow butt, but I guess he's all right. He's walking good. Got his head up. That's good. Okay, back to work. I'm still working on the limbs on this side. I got the other ones cleared out. Those are the ones that are still green or greener. The cows will clean them up later. Oh, but when I got this far, I still got a few more to clean out underneath here before I start working on this end. Yeah, I want to get them out from underneath my feet, and then I'll start cutting them ends off. I got one cut off, but there's too much. I need to clean out all the underbrush first. Anyway, while I was there, I just happened to look up and I got a nice view of the tree from here. Ah, look at that. You can see the trunk of the tree back in there, and then the tree trunk too. We're still attached to the trunk. Yeah, it's going to be interesting how I'm going to cut these down. Like I said, I'm going to work on these top ones. So I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut this one off from the ground to get it out of my way, and this one too. I'm going to cut that one off too. There. Cut that one off. And then once I cut that off, then I can just back up to this here with my truck, and hopefully the bed, the tailgate will be above that log there, and I can just stand on top of my truck bed and tailgate and maybe cut that off. But like I said, it's going to be tricky cutting these bottom ones because I think that's the only thing holding up. This here, and the one, that one there, that's holding up good too. It's attached further up. I don't think that one's doing much, that little bitty one. It's these big branches that are holding it up. Yeah, because they're laying on the ground. This first one is the solid one. That one I don't think so. I think I can probably cut this out pretty much before I have to cut that. And I think if I can cut all this stuff out of here, that one hanging up on top, and that branch that goes out on the ground, cut that out. Leave the one that's sticking in the ground. I'll leave that one, and then I can probably cut most of this out without the rest of the tree falling. And if I cut it out to about here, or about of that, I'll have enough room to drive my truck from there to there. Then I can get on the other side of this once I get all that cleared out, and then I can cut some. I don't know. Like I said, I'll get to it. I'll decide when I get that far, one step at a time. Right now I gotta cut some of these bigger branches off with my chainsaw. I'm gonna cut this one first. I think I'll back my truck up to this. Maybe I'll cut it up high up there. Yeah, let me try that. And then once I cut that one off and that one, I can back up there and cut that big one off up there, and that big one off up there. Oh, wait a minute, but first I gotta cut them off if I can reach them. Let's get to work. Baby bulls underneath that tree. I just saw them walk. They walk right through the fence, to the bottom fence. They walk through, and I was standing next to the bottom of that green tree there. And the mama's right here. She's up here nibbling some grass and weeds. Okay, get back to work. Oh, I gotta take a break first though. Taking a break from the tree cutting, and everybody's out there grazing, nibbling off all the grass and weeds. And I'm not sure, but I think that cow on the other side of that, well, it's not a gate. It's where the old order used to be. A white cow with the curvy horns. Looks like she's going to have a calf soon. Just my guess, though. Her udder's swelling up, and her belly's big. That's what I'm going by. And for a long time there, she wasn't eating. She just started to eat again. Well, some of these cows are in here eating again. I was going to use my chainsaw, but I don't want to bother them. So I'll use the chainsaw tomorrow. I'm getting tired anyway. It's not really hot today. It's been overcast, so there's no sun. At least no hot sun. So I did a little bit of work, cleaned out some of these smaller branches. That's about all I can do until I start using the chainsaw. I still didn't get to that on top there, but they're almost too tall. I'd have to back the truck up in there somehow. But anyway, I could probably get some of them, but there's no hurry. I was working on that stuff right there at the bottom, like the first or second one. Second and third limb in. But they're so tight to the ground, I can't hardly get anything way to cut those. I cut some of them off, but they're just too tight to the ground. I'm gonna have to cut them farther back. Farther out, where I can get my saw in there. Or I'll cut them with the chainsaw tomorrow. I don't like to use a chainsaw on the ground though, to hold my blade. But anyway, that's all I got done today. I wish I would have got more done. But like I said, I'm just tired. And there's no hurry. Cows are busy eating in here anyway. I'm not going to use my chainsaw when they're around. I don't want to scare them. Well, I'm going to probably call it a day. And start again tomorrow. Well, it ain't tomorrow yet. So. Still today. Still the 9th, and I just wanted to record what I got laying in this, I guess it's called ditch, on the side of the road. And I want to get some more up in there where those limbs are, but I got to pull them out first. I got to get them, and then I can drop those. I got to get the bottom ones done first, and then I can drop those in on top of them. And I'll just keep on going up as far as the limbs will reach. Okay, I just wanted to verify that before I left. Here's another view of the limbs in the ditch. And then the cattle are out there. Well, at least now the cattle don't usually use that anymore because it's all rooted up. And then our roots are exposed. So I've been noticing they've been going up along there anyway on the higher ground. And over here they might come back in there, or they go up there somewhere. Oh, there's the other. She's over there now eating. Oh, but anyway, I think I'm just using my recording as an excuse not to do any work. Okay. Then that cow's still there, and so is that one. But that's not a cow. That's a nice calf. I gotta go. Okay, that's my last shot of that for today. One last shot before I leave. I trimmed a few more branches, but not very many. Too tired. Try it again tomorrow. I'm on my way out. Cattle are over there, and this is my way out and in. But I'm on the way out now. That's my bridge. I built that in '88. I built all the forms by myself, but I had to have help when we poured the concrete. I got, I think it's Yeah, I think I got two concrete culverts in there. I had to use a track hoe, or I had to hire a track hoe to move them from the road and set them into the creek before I could build my forms around them. And I pulled the concrete. And I call it the Moonlight Bridge because I was working second shift back in '88. I just started a new job, a job I had for 32 years, but I just started that job, so I was working second shift, 3 to 11, so when I got off work, you know, the moon was shining, so I was working down here in the moonlight, and then I slept during the day. Okay. Well, that's all I wanted to say. I want to show my road, my pasture road going in and out in relation to the pasture. Up there is where the road turns left and goes up the hill to where the tree is. Well, I'm starting another day. I'm starting the third day, July 9, 2023. Starting July 9. That's about all the small limbs I got left on this side. Well, there's not that many there. They're easy to cut. I still got to cut these off. And then I got some more down there I need to cut. And then, not that much. And then I got to start on my big limbs. Right now I'm going to, almost fell, tipped over a log. I'm going to cut them off first. If I can get up there somehow. Anyway, I'm going to work on them and then these. Got one down there to cut. I started cutting on it yesterday, but I got myself saw in a bind, so I had to. Then I was too tired yesterday. Anyway, once I get all those limbs cleaned up, everything and off here, then I'll back the truck up and I'll use my chainsaw to start cutting some of these off. At least up to that section there, on the ones that are high up and not in the bind. The ones that are in the bind, I'm going to, on the ground, I'm going to cut them off last. Okay. Let's get to work. Oh, at least the weather's cooler today. A nice north breeze. Oh, that feels good. Oh, it feels good. Well, I kind of left the landmine for me. Right where I'm working. I don't have a shovel. The other one back there, but that's not really in my way. But that one is. I need to scrape that out off to the side. That's where I throw my branches. I throw into the ditch. Well, I'll have to work on that now first. Well, it's still July 9, 2023. My third day working on this fallen hickory tree across my pasture road to the top. And I got the underbrush cut out. The limbs on the bottom. I would call it underbrush. It's just the limbs that were on the bottom, on the ground. I got them down. Oh, I got them cut up. They're over there. And I got a long span here of the ones I did the other 2 days. Oh, there's the cow. How about that? There's a calf calling for his mama. She's out there eating grass. Anyway, what I'm going to do now is start cutting these bigger ones up. I could be careful. I got to cut the top ones first because the bottom ones are holding up the tree right now. And I'll do it one branch at a time. See how it works. Just have to be careful. Then when I get some of these bottom ones cut out, hopefully that'll drop down those then I can reach those, because I couldn't reach those up there, the top branch. But I'll get to it when I cut these bottom ones out. Start from this end, working my way up. I always have to cut from the bottom because of the potential for pinching this chainsaw. But I'll do one branch at a time and one cut at a time and see how it works. Starting to warm up now, and there's no wind anymore. There was a cool breeze, but there's no breeze. And now the sun is hotter. Oh, I just noticed these calves came in here to eat. I can't cut while they're under there. Well, I guess I'll take a break. Maybe they'll leave. Because as that tree starts to fall, I don't want it to fall on them. So I'll have to wait now. Or chase them out. Well, almost there. It was getting really hard to cut those limbs off. Those bigger ones, because I discovered my oil cap on my chainsaw was leaking oil. So once my oil ran out, the chain was getting hot. So I had to put some oil in, and I can cut one or two, and then I gotta put oil in again, because it's leaking out of the oil cap. The rubber gasket is cracked or something. Anyway, I'm going to try to, you can see the oil leaking on that thing anyway. I'm going to try to cut that bottom one right there where the other ones are cut. And then at least I'll have a path for my truck to drive up and down. And I got to put some insulators on my electric fence and reinstall the fence on top. But as far as the other ones that are sticking out, I'm gonna have to get my my chainsaw oil cap replaced, because I think it's just the threads or something are broken too, where the gasket's supposed to seal. But anyway, whatever, I'm just gonna buy a new one and be done with it. But at least if I cut that limb somewhere there next to those other ones, I'll be able, the bottom one, I'll be able to at least drive up and down the road. And I'll have to cut those eventually before we haul bales again. Okay, let's see if I can get this one cut. Well, I tried cutting that log over there on their left side, but the chain got stuck. Almost didn't get it out. There's too much pressure on it, and the chain was heating up. I could hardly get a bite. Anyway, I'll get my chainsaw fixed and I'll cut that out. Okay, I'm going home. At least I got the fence fixed and it's on now. So one more log to have access to my road again. But I still need to cut them off a little bit, at least to the yellow poles, which ain't much. Once I cut that off, they'll be lower down, so it should be easier, I hope. Well, I may not be working on this for a few days, and at least until I get my chainsaw, get me a new oil plug for my chainsaw. Well, I'm on my way out. Today's July 9, 2023, and this is my third day of working on that fallen tree across the pasture road up on top. And I just noticed with this light that the weed killer is working pretty good on my fences. I sprayed it last Wednesday, which is what, 5 days? 5 days, so it's working. The weed killer is working pretty good. Okay. You sound good about that. Okay, I gotta go home now. Back to the house. Like I said before, might be a while before I get back to cutting that log. I gotta get my oil plug, new oil plug for my chainsaw first. Well, it's the cattle on my, I'm leaving the pasture. That's the last gate I gotta close. The bridge gate is down there. I'll close that gate. And then, like I said, I'm going back to the house. But every time they see my truck, though, they think I'm going to give them some corn. So that's why I give them corn. So if I ever need to sort them, I can use corn as a treat to get them to go into my corral too. Okay, it's like a training. Well, today's July 10, 2023, and today is day 4 of my tree clearing work. And well, I'm just headed out there now. I'm headed out there and I'll go around, go up that hill over there past those trees, and then I'll tell you what I'm going to do today. It's not much, but I just want to finish up this project a little bit more. Well, this is what it looks like from the other side, on the higher top portion of the road. And since my chainsaw is out of order because of the leaky oil plug, oil cap, I'm going to go old school and cut it with an axe. Just that one limb there. The other ones that are sticking out, I'm going to leave until I get the chainsaw fixed. But at least with that one out of the way, I can at least drive up the road. So that's my goal for today. Just to cut that one limb with my axe. That's my double bit axe there, and I bought that when I was in high school. And I cut a lot of trees down in my late teens and all the way through the 20s, but after I got into my 30s, that's when I bought a chainsaw. Before that, I always used my dad's, but I bought my own Stihl chainsaw, which I got now. I still have. That was back in the 60s, 70s. Yeah, I bought that axe in the 70s. Then I bought my chainsaw in the 80s. Yeah. So anyway, that's a double bit axe. I taped it up because the handle's got a little crack in it. I want to make sure it don't break. Now, I haven't used that axe in a few years, but I think I can still swing it, at least for this one limb. Like I said, the other ones I'm going to have to wait until I get the chainsaw fixed. All these other ones that are sticking out, and I'm only going to cut them off to like back right about just a little bit left of those yellow poles. Yeah, about where those V notches are. Yeah, about where that V notch is up there. Yeah, that, and down there where that notch. Now that, once I cut that limb there, I'll probably go down to the ground. So if it goes down far enough, I might just leave it. But I'll have to cut the other one. The other one's still on the ground over there, but I'm not going to touch that, because I think most of the weight's on that one now. Besides this one, that one's also holding up that side. So I'm going to leave them until I get the chainsaw fixed. Well, better get to work. Well, that's my axe, and that's where I'm going to cut it. Same place where I started the chainsaw cut. But the chainsaw got pinched in there. I was lucky to get it out. Took me a while too. Lucky I didn't break the chain. Anyway, I'll cut that there first. Then after it's cut, then I'll come along and cut off those two. And then I'll throw them in the ditch over there. At least they're out of the way, and cows don't need it anyway. And the water can still flow. Water can still flow through there, so it's not a big deal. At least I hope it won't. Okay, and over the years it'll rot. Anyway, back to business. Finish cutting that, and then I'll cut that, and then I'll cut that. So here goes. Get my old swinging routine down. And hopefully it won't take too long or wear me out too much. Well, I ran into a little problem. I didn't even start yet, but I noticed I don't have any swinging room. I can hardly swing the axe. But I'll do what I can. If I have to, I'll cut it up here somewhere. Just to get it out of the way. Yeah, I might have to cut it up here. I can't swing the axe over there because of that limb and this limb. So I'll just cut it on this side. I'll still have room to bring the truck through here. So that's good. Change of plan. Okay. The new spot to cut. I can swing the axe from there on both sides, so I'm good. Good to go now. Oh, I don't believe it. I only cut a few times and I broke my axe. The blade broke. I can't believe that. I wasn't even swinging that hard. Oh boy. I guess the axe is too old. I just can't believe it broke. Oh my God, must have had a crack in it from before. Oh, well, I still got the other side. Of course, that was the thin side. That's the side I like to cut with. I still got the other side. The other side's not as sharp, and it's a little bit wider, or thicker. The other side's a little thicker. It'll still cut, but I can't believe that. I can't believe that broke. I can't believe that broke. I wonder if I could still grind that down, sharpen it, and still have something to cut with. Oh well, I'm not worried about it too much. I had this axe since the 70s, so, and I don't use it much anymore. So I guess it's not too big of a loss. And anyway, I'm just disappointed that it broke. So I'm gonna try to cut with the other side now. Yeah, I found the broken piece, and I can see that it's clean from the there's a crack right there. Oh, I'd say about 3/4 of an inch in to the blade, and then it's clean. There's a clean break after that all the way to the tip. It's all clean, but I can see right there on the end where it was cracked. So it was already cracked when I started cutting. All right. Let's see if I can cut some more. Get another view. See, it's pretty clean all the way down to the tip, and then but up here it's not. It's rusted, so it was already cracked. Now, as Robert Burns said, the best laid plans of mice and men often go astray. Well, my plan went astray. Oh well, life goes on. Do what you can with what you have, where you are. That was from Teddy Roosevelt. So far so good with the other side of the blade. Okay, other side of the axe. Okay, didn't break yet, so that's good. I'm gonna catch my breath now and get back to work. Got more done. I'm getting there. I'll just keep going. See how far I get. Just gotta stop, catch my breath, that's all. I'll make it. Almost. Not very long. Not much left to go now. I think I'll make it. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. A few more cuts and I'll be through. Well, I'm almost through. A few more cuts. Since I've been cutting, the tree sank all the way down to the ground, and it's hitting that stump there, or stub of a limb. So actually that's good because it keeps the tree off, the part I'm cutting off the ground. So that's good. Anyway, that's where I'm going to leave it because it lines up with the other one, more or less. And I can still drive through there. So that's good. Well, let's finish this cut. And then I'll cut those two off. Well, those should be easier. I hope. Well, I think one or two cuts and I'll be through. Wasn't too hard. Easier with a chainsaw though. I was right, just one cut and I made it. Okay, let's see, let's move on to the next. Well, this is my first axe that I ever had. Still in high school. I think it was in '68 when I first started high school. I think I bought that. I bought my other axe later on, early '70s, probably junior or senior year. But anyway, this axe is smaller. I'll have to put them side by side so I can show you. Yeah, there they are, side by side. Okay, like I said, the small one's my original axe. I guess it was okay when I was younger, but as I got older in high school, I needed something bigger for the bigger trees. I used that to cut down small stuff. And anyway, I'm gonna go. I didn't sharpen. I didn't really sharpen the big one either. But one side was already sharp. Okay, from the last time I used it. But anyway, that one I haven't sharpened in years, many years, and it's rusted too. But I'm still going to try to use it just to see how good it cuts on these two small ones. If it don't cut good, I'll go back to using my big one. Well, it cuts, but the handle's too short and the axe is really light. I guess it was okay when I was very young. I could handle it then. I mean, worked okay for me then, but now the bigger one works better because it's longer handle. I can get a better swing and more force against the wood with the blade, because the blade's heavier too. But anyway, I liked it when I was young, but now I use it for small stuff. I used to, I mean, long time ago, when I used to cut wood for firewood back in the 80s and 90s. But I'll go back to using the big one because I want to get this done. Besides, that's, like I said, it's light, but it's just too hard to get a good swing. Oh, that one's done. One more, and I'll be finished for now with the road. I started the other one, but I realized I made a mistake on the other one. I should have turned it after I got about halfway. I should have turned it over, because I ended up with a split at the bottom, which made it hard to cut. But this one, I'm going to turn it over and finish it from the other side. Okay, I turned it over and I started cutting the other side. Should make it easier. Should break off clean this time. Well, I cut through. I'm through now. I'm through cutting. And now all I can do is throw these off to the side. There. and then I'll have a passageway through my road again. I still need to cut those later on when the chainsaw gets fixed, but for now this will do. For now. Okay. Let's move those logs now. Well, I've done enough for today. That's all I can do for now until I get my chainsaw fixed and cut those off. I also temporarily relocated my yellow poles so I don't hit those tree limbs. But I'm going to cut them back. I'm going to cut them back to about right there, right around where that V shapes start. V branches, V cuts, yeah, V cut, yeah, right there. Kind of in line with that yellow pole on the side of the road. Anyway, it'll work for now. I don't need to bring nothing wide up here. Just my truck and tractor sometime maybe. Because I need to start mowing weeds. Okay. I'm just glad to have it done. Actually, now that I look at this tree's still alive. Remember, it's still hooked up. It's still attached up there. Yeah, I think you can barely see it. It's still attached up there. So there's some juice getting to the leaves because they didn't dry up. Some of them other ones dried up though. I guess that's the part that got broke. Okay, got this. The dead ones are the ones that got disconnected from the source of sap. But if that grows there, it's okay. It's not in my way. And I'll cut those down so the road is completely clear again. But I'll do that some other time. First things first is fix the chainsaw. Can't leave without a view of the other side from the top. Yeah. Took me a while, but I got it done. There's just a little bit left to do. I think that should be easier than the rest of it. Okay, let's go home. And now I can relax. But like I said, can't relax for too long because sooner or later I'm going to start cutting those weeds out there. There and the other side and behind me on top before they all go to seed. So maybe I'll do that next week.